Meghan Markle says she hasn't come up with baby names yet. We are on day 3 of the royals take Australia, and there is so much happening on each day of this tour that it really does sort of feel like they've already been there for a month. On their third day in the country, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry traveled to Melbourne, where they walked around the Royal Botanic Gardens, followed by a reception at Government House, where they met with the Governor of Victoria. They took a brief break for some Australian rules football, which Meghan was asked to participate in briefly. She appeared a bit hesitant to complete the toss at first, but then went for it gamely. They also raced miniature F1 cars, involving a loud noise that caught Meghan off guard, and learned about a vertical, edible farm that has been introduced in Melbourne's restaurants. I like that there is a focus on nutrients, Meghan said. Oh, they also met a dog. Everyone knows my Achilles, he loves dogs, quoth Meghan, and took a tram across town, on which they sat next to and chatted with students. Before arriving at the beach, Meghan changed outfits, from a blue Dion Lee custom dress to a black Club Monaco one, and from heels to flats, yes, a formal dress, and trench coat, for the beach. She and Harry toured the beach area, where they were put to work on a cleanup effort. She also wore, for part of the day, a homemade, gold-painted pasta necklace, handed to her by a 6-year-old boy, who had made a sign that read, "I made you a necklace," and who had stayed home from school with a cough. For a report. You've read your last complimentary article this month. Subscribe now. If you're already a subscriber, sign in. On the heels of one of the most eventful years ever for the royal family, the birth of Prince Louis, Harry and Meghan's wedding in May, Princess Eugenie's wedding just last week, the royals find themselves with a whole new reason to celebrate. The news that newlyweds Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are expecting their first child. Meghan Markle says they haven't thought of baby names yet. We've been given a long list of names from everyone, she said during the royal tour of Australia. We're going to sit down and have a look at them. We haven't thought of one as it's still quite early. But that hasn't stopped bookies from laying odds on the possible gender and names for the next little prince or princess. Betting site Betfair has taken things even further, laying odds on everything from the baby's weight at birth, to its hair color, to what day of the week the baby will be born, and even whether it will one day get married before its cousin, Prince Louis. There's a long tradition of family names being handed down to royal babies, so it's no surprise that the frontrunners at the moment are mostly comprised of names with some history. Betting site Ladbrokes currently marks Victoria as the most likely option, and homage to Queen Victoria, with Albert, the name of Queen Victoria's beloved husband, trailing just after. Not everyone agrees, though. Betfair ranks Victoria and Albert much lower, in slots 10 and 16 respectively. Their top choice, Diana, the name of Prince Harry's mother, is ranking well ahead of its next closest competition. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have certainly proven that they care a great deal about Diana's legacy, paying tribute to her at their wedding with white garden roses, the late princess's favorite flower, in the bouquet, and even using gems from her personal collection to craft Meghan's engagement ring. However, one of Princess Charlotte's middle names is already Diana, so it's possible that the couple would want to opt for something else. High-ranking on both sites are the names Arthur and Alice, options that were also popular in the anticipation of Prince William and Kate's 3 children. Arthur is one of the middle names of both Prince William and Prince Louis, and is, of course, a nod to the great English king of myth and legend. Meanwhile, Alice has remained a favorite of bookies for years, given its royal pedigree as the name of both Queen Elizabeth's aunt and Prince Philip's mother. Philip himself is another potential source for the baby's name. Ladbrokes is currently ranking it in their 4th spot with 10-1 odds, along with Elizabeth, 16-1, Charles, 16-1, and Doria, 51. Betfair also has Princess Diana's surname, Spencer, in the mix at 26-1. And while the rankings may make some names seem like shoe-ins, the royals have a history of bucking the odds. Louis was hardly the most likely name for William and Kate's youngest, coming in at just 33-1 odds. Still, there are some choices that seem more likely than others. Among the ranks of Mary S. and Alexander S. Ladbrokes also includes some more esoteric options for fans to bet on, including Barack, Winston, and Beto at 101 odds and Brexit at 501. If you're looking to place a bet on the baby's name, or gender for that matter, Keep in mind that the odds are likely to change dramatically in the coming months. The new royal is expected to arrive in spring of 2019.